and in walks a little birdie by the name of Jack Brooks, the president of the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Jack, is it the first time you've ever been called little?
No, not with my great enormity and my propensity to consume high quantities of food.
My great enormity. I love it.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Jack. Always when I see you, I know it's the summer, and what a better time to be around all of our friends and all the Beach Patrol alumni. And
there is no better time, and I'll tell you, this week
it's our time.
This week was one heck of a week in racing. It really brings the people out to the beach. I'm telling you, beautiful evenings, beautiful people, and lifeguard lovers.
Right.
Man.
Listen, I got to tell you, we were down in Avalon last night for the Kerr Memorials, and I want to send a shout out to Matt Wolf, the chief of the Avalon Beach Patrol, his brother, Lieutenant Eric Wolf, Craig Whitehead down there. Jack, they rolled out the red carpet for me.
I was going to say, they throw a great time, and if they threw it out for you,
they threw it out.
Can you imagine what they did for others?
But listen, how about the crowd on the beach? There had to be at least 1,000 people out on that beach. And, of course, Avalon has a huge beach.
Yeah.
They allowed me to drive my car. I do have all-wheel drive. So I was able to get right up to the action because, these old knees are giving out on me. I need knee replacement on my right. But access, the racers were all gracious. Talk to me. I mean, Pat Scanapicio from Sea City couldn't even breathe. He was so gassed. And he even said to me, Billy, I can't talk right now. I said, no, this is great radio. Give it to me. But they're gracious, and they're right there, and the competition is second to none.
I would say the same thing happened with the Ocean City Women's Tournament this week. I'm telling you, that beach was packed.
And I heard.
And it was a well
Well, that's because they came down there to hear the MC.
Well, there was a case that they had me as the MC. I like to think of it as beach host, but
Well, I was working in the parking lot at Playland, and a few people came in and said, this race is going on, and the sound system was unbelievable. You were clear, everybody could hear you, and of course the race itself was phenomenal.
I think with people that have never experienced the racing and aren't immersed in racing, they need some of it explained to them. And some of the races aren't the same events.
Right.
The patrols are allowed to create their own races. And then what I tried to do was add, based on my experience as a racer, my experience on the Beach Patrol, and people asking me questions, I tried to explain that as the announcer. And I know we're going to do that in Wildwood this week.
Yes, we are. You and I will be down there along with Dan Adams, former chief of the Longport Beach Patrol. We'll be calling the Dutch Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races live from the beach in Wildwood from 6 to 8 on Friday night, Jack.
I strongly suggest they charge up that radio and bring it with them, because it's kind of like going to the game and watching people have a radio with them because they like to hear the radio broadcast. Here on 97.3, you can stand on the beach in Wildwood.
Yeah.
And you can listen to one great guy and then a couple of other people that are pikers, apparently. So I'll let the folks decide that for themselves. Maybe next week's tickets will be given away based on first, second, and third.
We're going to charge tickets to come to hear you announce the race.
I think the only thing that'd make it better is if Josh is there. Josh, you know your way to the beach.
Well, listen,
Josh.
it doesn't work. It doesn't work without Josh. Let me tell you.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I just won't be on the radio.
I got you behind the scenes.
I'm doing the dirty work.
Before we start officially the Beach Patrol report, let's give out the text board number 609-403-0973. We're giving away 4 tickets to a Phillies game Monday night against the Baltimore Orioles. 609-403-0973. Section 115, row 7. 4 seats in a row plus a parking pass courtesy of Pennsauken Spine and Rehab. 609-403-0973.
Okay.
Make sure you 2 things you have to do, Jack.
Participate.
Participate in the 3 things.
Much like life.
Participate in the show. Put your name and your email address, because I have to email the tickets after we pick a winner.
Won't work without the email.
No, you have to have that. 609-403-0973. So let's do it right now. Let's say it's time for the Beach Patrol report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea City, 4111 Lannis Avenue. Knowledge, experience, integrity, dedication for rental and sales. Call 609 263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com, where you can also keep up with all the South Jersey lifeguarding news and racing schedules, and by the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association celebrating 125 years of protecting beachgoers. And Jack, you are the president. I know there's a lot of things going on with this celebration.
There are. 120. Think about it, 125 years of lifeguard paid life-saving services in Ocean City, New Jersey. That is a very, very long time, and they have an exemplary record. That's why I'm proud to be president of the alums, and all the alums that have come before me, after me, with me. Everybody gets a job. They get a whistle. They get the ability to be able to help protect people in the city, but everybody becomes an alum someday.
Everybody becomes an alumni. Two great races last night, Jack. The Atlantic City Classic, John McShane covered that for us. And then also I was down at Avalon for the Kerr Memorials. Of course, David Kerr was a lifeguard down there, lost his battle to cancer. He's a rowing champion as well, Jack. I mean, he won a couple. He won a South Jersey lifeguard championship, and he was a great rower. Great race last night. Beautiful weather. It was a west wind, so that means for people that aren't aware of the beach conditions, when you get a west wind, any waves that roll in, they're held up a little bit, so you get a nice curl. That's how you get the curl. But also, the rowers were telling me when they were coming in, you're going against the wind.
Oh yeah. As a rower, I'll tell you, having the wind on your nose and your bow. Now you're rowing face the opposite direction, but when the bow gets pushed left and right, and you're really trying to come in, the wave is trying to push you to the left or right. The wind is trying to push you left or right. The way in can be way more difficult. It actually pushes you back out to sea. So I know I've been through it, and all the rowers that I know have been through it, and it even affects the paddlers, the swimmers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we're in conditions that change all the time, like any other.
And speaking of change, Jack, I think the torch has been passed. There's a lot of young blood, new rowers, new swimmers for some of these beach patrols that, it's like a changing of the guard, if you will.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I've known a lot of these younger people as they're working their way up. And it's not a craft or a trade you can learn overnight. Some are excellent natural pool swimmers.
Right.
You get into the open water, there's no lane line, there's no wall to push off, and you're really in with the elements.
And you got to swim straight.
And you got goggles on and you're disoriented.
Right.
And the same thing for rowing. You can be a great crew rower, but it's not the same as pushing rowing a 325-pound lifeguard boat.
No, that's correct.
Very difficult. And then when you come, you look at the people on the beach, you don't want to disappoint anything, and even trying to run, some of them are dodging the crowd because the people are so excited they got to start running down to the water's edge, and that's actually part of the race lane, So it's great. I mean, where could people get so close to the entertainment and the athletes and the competition and feel it for themselves?
And by the way, you said entertainment. After the Kerr Memorials last night, when they were giving out the trophies and awarding the winners their trophy and announcing the winner of the whole race, you should have heard Sea Isle City and Avalon. Avalon screaming ABP, and Sea Isle's going Sea Isle, Sea Isle.
Oh yeah, I've heard that chant too many times.
And I'm not even. I have no dog in any one of the fight. I'm getting chills. I was pumped up. These guys and gals were into it.
I think since 2020 put a damper on lifeguard racing because of not being able to do it, COVID and all those things. And then, it's been a little bit of a climb. Here we are 3 years out, and I will say this summer, if you haven't gone to a lifeguard race, please, there's a lot of them coming up because the crowds are back, the people are back, the excitement is there. You might see Josh. You'll definitely see the two of us, and
Dan Adams.
and Dan Adams as well. And before we go any further, I know somebody's birthday was this week.
Who was that?
Well, I believe it was the star of our show, and by the power vested in me as president of the Ocean City Alumni Lifeguard Association, I thought I would give you your own lifeguard can. And congratulations on making it this far in life. But please take that rescue can if you're ever near the water. It saves
It's
the
a
guards from
keychain.
yeah, but it saves the guards from bringing you one.
Oh, that's
Now you
funny.
got your own lifeguard can.
if you're looking up-
Save oneself first. You know.
Oh, Jack. Hey, listen, if you're watching us on StreamYard, I'm holding it up. It's a miniature can. It's a keychain, and I think I'm going to use that.
The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on YouTube.
Holy moly. Jack, yes, it was my birthday, and don't forget my twin brother, Bobby.
I did.
It was his birthday. I'm 10 minutes older than he is.
Bobby was on the beach with me on Wednesday.
Oh,
so
was he really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, his sons, Colin and Cody, were down there.
I know.
They're guards.
I mean, it's kind of a family trade, and that's what makes lifeguarding so great is you really, I mean, there's kids that I held as babies that I worked with on the lifeguard stand because I worked with their parents, before that.
Hate yourself, Jack.
I'm a dinosaur, but we all know that. But dinosaurs are in, Scary but friendly. I'm the scary, friendly dinosaur, though.
All right. On the other side, we'll start getting into some of the results. You were at the Ocean City Women's Classic on Wednesday. We'll get some of those results. We also have interviews from some of the racers at the Kerr Memorials and also the Atlantic City Classic. Of course, our good buddy John McShane was down there, and he had Rose with him, I guess, as an assistant. But we'll have a couple interviews with John. And we'll talk about all the races coming up on the other side. Before we do that, I want to say 609-403-0973 is the text board. We're giving away 4 tickets to Monday night's Phillies game against the Baltimore Orioles. 4 seats, section 115, row 7. You're 7 rows off the field. The seats are
Unbelievable.
phenomenal, plus a parking pass.
I have been in section 115
You're
before,
right there.
and a few rows back, but you are
And you don't
right
have to,
there.
you don't have to worry about a foul ball. You have that net in front of you now.
I can assure everybody I'm going to try to participate as best as I
You're
can.
not
in the
allowed.
next 40. Oh,
You're exempt. Just wouldn't look good if you won. All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for night in Venice. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. Circle Liquors delivers. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. There's a new wind blowing at Maserati, the main line. The new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati, the main line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. All right, when we return, we'll continue more here in the locker room with our Beach Patrol report right here on 97.3 ESPN.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Josh Hennig producing, and of course, Jack Brooks from the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association is in here with me as we're doing the Beach Patrol report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City and the Ocean City Lifeguard Alumni Association. Jack, you were down in Ocean City on Wednesday, and you got some of the results for the races.
I was there Wednesday, as many, many people were. It was right next to the boardwalk in Ocean City at the 12th Street headquarters. Packed elbow to elbow, great audio on the beach. I want a big shout out to Ocean City for hosting such a nice event.
Doug Bergam.
Doug Bergen,
Bergen,
yeah, PR, and the folks that showed up. But I mean, the police department was there, the fire department was there, the Cape May County Equestrian brought their horse down there.
Really?
Oh my goodness, it was I'm telling you, it was like a rock concert for lifeguard women. That's for sure, because it was Taylor Swift probably wished she was there. I know she likes Sea Isle, but I'm telling you, she probably wished she was in Ocean City that night. And I was very, very proud to be asked to give some of the play-by-play, explain the races. There was a row swim, And then, an unusual doubles, but one person rows, the other swims back in. There was a box swim relay. Now, the box swims, they don't go straight out to a flag and back in. They swim, and so you get to see
rectangular.
That's correct. You get to see them go out, over, and back in, and it makes really great racing because you're watching those folks go right on up the beach. There was a box paddle, so it was the same thing: box swim, box paddle, run swim, which probably replicates most of the lifeguarding itself.
Sure.
Is run down the beach with a rescue can, a little bigger than the one I just gave you. But the rescue can, and then you go on in and get the people out. And then the surf dash. The surf dash is always exciting at the end because it's like 4 people. Yep. They have to run out, touch a post, come back in, touch the person. The next one goes. It's like
relays are exciting.
Relays are exciting events.
And how many beach patrols participated?
There were 16 beach patrols from up and down. Now we're talking about out of even Atlantic and Cape May County because the winner was Seagirt. And Seagirt is not nearby.
Right.
I mean, and that's dedication. But
it's in our listening area.
But they won. It is in your listening area. But they won. And I'll tell you, the ladies from there really had a show of strength. Ocean City was doing great in the beginning, and this is about, because it's so many relays, so many people participating, there's real depth. You can really understand a patrol's depth of their female competitors.
And who got second, Jack?
Second was Longport, and
Longport, and that's Megan Fox territory, right?
That's correct, yeah.
She's one heck of a swimmer.
Absolutely.
And then who got third, Jack?
Ocean City was third.
Oh, Home team
brought something home.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, Jack. Let's get into the Kerr Memorials now, because the Kerrs, there's a lot of side stuff going on here too within the Avalon Beach Patrol. Gary Nagel and Ryan Finnegan for Avalon, 2 rowers have been going head to head to see who's going to represent out of town.
Oh yeah.
And Gary Nagel was like the odds-on favorite to win. He came in second to Ryan Finnegan. So, there was I spoke with both of the guys afterwards, but competition like that makes all high tide rises all boats.
People
to coin a phrase.
Yeah, absolutely. there is a farm system on these beach patrols.
Right.
So first of all, you have to compete inner squad, inner zone competitions, and so you got to compete to be able to be getting to the point where you're rowing out of town.
Right.
So, you have a big beach patrol like that, you got a lot of people that want to do it.
Yeah, they want it bad.
They want it bad.
So that good competition. But the doubles, I'm here to tell you, watch out for Sea Isle City. Danny Rogers and Pat Scanapico, those guys, they've been doing it now. You know how much experience matters in this competition.
Experience matters a lot. I'm the best racer I've ever been. I'm just in a physically decrepit body.
These guys won the race, and they won Wildwood Crest, Jay Klecko and Pat Bakey. A close second. After that, all the boats were like in the distance.
Wow.
So we had an opportunity to interview Danny Rogers and Pat Scanapico from Sea Isle.
I'm looking forward
to it. We're here with Danny Rogers and Pete Scanapico. And Pat, you guys, man, it almost looked too easy.
It wasn't.
I can see the hat coming in, and you can hear your the beach patrol going Sea Isle. What's that do for you on the way in?
Just lets you know you're close. So once I get in within singles, I stop looking. So I start hearing all my friends screaming. I know I'm close.
Hey Pat, were you guys first to the flag?
Yeah, we had a really good start, and I just kept it. I can't talk right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. This is good radio, brother. Man, we want you like this. You guys were working hard out there. It was a long race, flat. But when you come in, there were some waves.
Yeah, it was, wind switched to west, so flattened out. There's still a swell to come to get on the way in. But flagpole is hot, but good.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I think you guys are the team to beat. I mean, you guys got a swimmer now. Danny's he's rowing, he's doubling up, rowing singles. You guys are really set really well for the next couple of big races coming up.
We had a pretty solid turn. Good. We just want to keep it going.
Did you hear him? He was spent, and he's doubled over, sucking wind.
And you're trying.
And I'm right there.
And you're trying to ask him questions.
Well, you can hear it over the radio.
Absolutely. But
this is what these guys give.
If it was me, you may have been seeing my last meal. You know what I mean?
He was close to it.
I've been known to do that after races, and it's tough because you're putting that much effort in. Look, there isn't a guy or a gal in racing that wants to lose.
No.
And so you're leaving it all there.
But you heard in the interview. I mean, these guys they were really far out in front. But yet they were giving everything they had.
Sometimes, and
they didn't lay off. In other words, they didn't do it. And when we talk about the winner of the swim, Dolan Grisbaum, Jack, I don't think I've ever seen a swimmer come in he hit the sandbar and then a gully. He stood up, took his goggles off, looked around to see who was close to him, which was nobody.
Yeah.
And then moseyed on in, walked in.
Yeah. Well, there's some people who think there should be a little more effort than that, but
there will be all the next week in Wildwood.
That's exactly it. And I was talking to a young racer earlier today, and I said, "What are you going to do today?" Because you just raced yesterday,
right.
So a lot of people would take off. Instead, he was going to say, "Well, I'm going to go and correct all the things I wish I'd done a little bit differently in the race." That's the dedication. They put it in. You only got so many days of racing in the summer.
That's right. All right. So I told you Wildwood Crest came in second. Now, you're talking about Jake Klecko and Pat Bakey. They were close to the CL boat. All the other boats were further back. But you were talking about experience. And listen, this is an interview with the Wildwood Crest crew. They finished second. Okay. We're here at the Car Memorials, and we're talking with the Wildwood Crest crew, Klecko and Bakey. You guys, nice second place. Pretty hairy on the way out. I heard you guys had a little trouble at the flag.
Yeah, we got a little jammed up with Avalon at the flag, but it was nobody's fault. It's just what happens out there sometimes. It's ocean rowing. Conditions were a little bit choppier on the way out, but way in, just felt like we were cruising. It was awesome, man. It's a great race. We felt great the whole time. It was awesome.
Yo, Pat, man, you guys, I mean, it's a great race you ran today, but the competition is going to get a lot tougher here coming up in the next 3 races.
Well, that's what I was telling you a second ago. Like, we just can't wait to get up to Atlantic County and face off against those guys, because this is the year that we're all going to take them.
It seems like this year, there's a lot of new crews, a lot of young blood, a lot of competition. The competition is stiff in the doubles.
Yeah, it's kind of something we noticed. When we first started as the doubles crew with the Crest, we were 18 and 19. Now we're 24 and 25. So back then we were going up against dudes that were in their 30s and even older. And now you see younger crews around our age. It's like the turning of a page kind of. So it's cool to see. It's like something to be a part of. It's awesome.
Pat, how much does experience count?
Oh, it matters a lot. It matters a lot. Yeah. I tell everybody it takes 3 years until you're proficient in this boat.
Yeah.
But it's like once you're rowing in this race 2 or 3 times, then you start to really be able to be all right, not just let me get to the flag and back, see what I can do with the currents and see, it's swell. The whole experience matters a lot.
All right, well, thanks, guys, and we'll see you next week at the Dutch Hoffmans.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward.
So, experience is everything in most sports, and it's so true with the lifeguard racing.
You're paid a little different in your rookie contract as you are in that next big one, And I think that's exactly what it is. There are these generational changes that happen, and
see it happen right in front of our eyes this year.
Absolutely, and again, this is a really big reboot. I think the number of people on the beach, the post-COVID thing, and then new competitors. It's exciting.
And of course, 97.3 ESPN's coverage of the lifeguard racing. We try to keep it up to date and going.
If not you, who? You know what I mean? If not you, who? I think it's great.
You guys are clearly going past what he said there. He slipped it in there. Billy went right past it the first time. He passed it again. You passed it as well, Jack. He turned around and said, "We can't wait because we're coming for them this year. This is our year to get them."
Yeah,
that's a little trash talk going on there.
And I think he was directing that at maybe McGrath and Duffy, because when John McShane interviewed Duffy and McGrath, you're going to hear a comment that Duffy makes that it's kind of poignant.
I love Josh pointing that out because, they got to remember, there's all these competitions going on up and down the coast, and then they're coming together. 3 big races, Wildwood
Friday,
first.
Next
Friday live.
All right, real quick. Dolan Grisbaum, he swam for, he is last year's champion, and he did it again last night. Let's hear from Dolan Grisbaum. We're here at the Kerr Memorials talking to the winner of the swim, Dolan Grisbaum. And Dolan, did you take your time coming in, man? You were like so far ahead.
I really didn't know how this was gonna go. I've been swimming like 4 months consistently, so I don't know. I just went as fast as I could the entire time, and then once I kind of hit the breakers in the middle, I kind of just looked around to see where I was, and I was pretty far ahead, so I kind of chilled out a little bit. Pretty shocked how that went. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse, so yeah, take my time a little bit going in. I have another race in 10 minutes, so.
I don't think I've ever seen a race where a swimmer stands up, looks around, checks out the where the competition is, and then just leisurely comes in.
Yeah, I think Joey Tepper did it one time at Jerseys, but yeah, I'm just really stoked to win. I saw the results in the Gushin County, Hanson County, and so I was a little worried. My first race back, I should be back again. We'll see for Jerseys how my schedule works out, but it was a good first race, and I'm happy with the results.
All right, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Jack, he said he hasn't swum. He hasn't swum. What, in 4 weeks? Did he say?
Yeah.
A month or whatever.
Yeah, I
blew the competition away.
Well, I can tell you that when you swam as much as he has, a layoff isn't that bad.
Right.
Like you may actually recharge and reload.
Well,
some of these.
Listen, next week he's going to go up against Boucher, Longport,
Absolutely.
Vassar in Margate.
Right.
I mean, and even Seattle now they have a swimmer, Jack Christian.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, all you got to do is place, Jack.
There's great swimmers on all the beach patrols, and the ones that compete out of town are the superior. I mean, they're at the top dogs of the whole race, So you got to really give hats off to them. And as he said, he went back and had a second race.
Yeah,
10 minutes later.
We'll have more on the other side. I want to remind people that for 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for night in Venice. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Jason's out on the road delivering. Billy's down there at Circle Liquor. Tell them all we said hello. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more of the Beach Patrol Report with Jack Brooks right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live right here at the Toms River Auto Group studio in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Josh Hennig, and of course, Jack Brooks, the president of the Ocean City Lifeguard Alumni Association, riding shotgun as we do the Beach Patrol Report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City and the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. Jack, beautiful night. The water was warm. As a swimmer, I know you used to swim a little bit, right? Obviously.
I did.
A lot.
I did.
Is it harder to swim when the water's really cold, or what's more challenging, would you say, for the swimmers?
To me, I used to like colder water because people don't realize
You're working up a
you
sweat.
You work up a sweat. Your heart is pumping, so you keep that body temperature down. And sometimes when the water is too hot, that really is difficult.
Well, it's been warm. All right, so Seattle now has a swimmer.
Yeah,
they've always been kind of, their doubles and singles crew have always been in the mix. Danny Rogers won his first South Jersey Lifeguard Championships, I believe that was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he's now, and he's bigger and stronger than ever.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, Jack, when Seattle racers participate, the whole beach patrol, half of them go C, and the other half go aisle, C, aisle, C, aisle. Then you got Avalon going ABP. I mean, you felt like you were at the link.
Oh, absolutely. and you got to recognize these people are in the area of the racing. You're not, there's no walls protecting you. You're there. And when they lift that lifeguard boat and they got the winners in them and stuff, that is pure victory.
Yeah. Also, like I said, the Wolf brothers, Matt and Eric, they had Pete's in there, but in their tent they have pictures of all the champions, all the trophies, and there's a great picture of Eric Wolf in the boat being lifted up and carried off. There's nothing like it.
There is.
He said,
nothing.
You could just see how proud he was.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And this is where I think professional athletes people that get paid for that. They maybe they lose a little bit of that excitement. You know, it's like, oh yeah, these people are bothering me. With lifeguards, you got to realize, man, you're not going to, I mean, you're paid to do a job. You're not paid to compete.
Right.
And so getting that reward from the people that you work with.
Yeah, that's enough.
Oh, my goodness. That's fantastic.
So we interviewed the swimmer from Seattle City, Jack Christian. Let's play that. Hey, we're here on the beach at the Kerr Memorials in Avalon. I got Seattle City's swimmer, Jack Christian, with me. And Jack got a second in this race.
Yes, I did.
Pretty good showing. Dolan Grisbaum, he had a pretty big lead. He's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, he is. He's very good competition. Very great swimmer, and I'm excited to race against him, honestly.
You know going in what you need to do. So how do you prepare for the next race? Just work a little harder? Or what do you got to do to beat Dolan Grisbaum?
Yeah, definitely work a little harder, get a little more aerobic shape, and definitely work on my coursework. I'm new to the ocean. It's a whole different animal than the pool, so trying to learn currents and courses and how to get out and back at the fastest way possible.
So I would imagine this experience is good as you go further along in the summer. Each race you build on.
Yeah, for sure. It's like each race I learned something new. Like, I caught a rip on coming in this one. Like, didn't get the current as much as I wanted on that one. So every race is a learning experience.
All right, Jack, thanks a lot, and congratulations on the second place finish here at the Kerr Memorials.
Thank you.
All right, so Jack, like you mentioned earlier, each beach patrol can add their own little wrinkle and, you know, create their own race the way they want. In this particular race, each beach patrol were allowed to enter 3 boats in the race, and this is where it gets interesting for Avalon. Gary Nagel and Ryan Finnegan, back and forth, right? They're competing to row out of town.
Right.
So it looked like Gary Nagel was in front, but all of a sudden, at the very end in row 17, was Ryan Finnegan. Let's go ahead and play that. Hey, we're here at the Kerr Memorials with the winner of the singles, Ryan Finnegan, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You and your teammate Nagel were kind of neck and neck there.
Yeah, it's always close, even at the in-town events, too. We're always right there with each other. So
you got a lot of stiff competition, man, in the singles this year. It's loaded. You got Danny Rogers, which, you know, he rode back-to-back, but that was, you know, it's a pretty tough race, but you got, yeah. I mean, you rode a straight course.
Yeah, that's what you got to focus on, the start and the course, and that's how you win races. We all row the same speed, so.
You'll probably be representing next week in Wildwood.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. We got some work to do this week, but planning on being there.
Well, coming in first place in the Kerr Memorials isn't too shabby. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we'll be at Wildwood at the Dutch Hoffmans next week, Jack. It's going to be really exciting. I recommend, if you're in the area, get on down to what's in Lincoln Avenue Beach.
Lincoln Avenue Beach in Wildwood.
We'll be broadcasting live from the Dutch Hoffmans from 6 to 8.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking forward to that.
I am looking so forward to it because, you know, when you're there, you're with the crowd, you're broadcasting live, you can hear yourself kind of in the echo of the radios that they brought to the beach. It's going to be fantastic.
All right, so Avalon wins.
Jack, are you saying you like to hear the sound of your own voice?
I sometimes I'm the only friend that I have. So yeah, I guess that's true. I don't have a Josh to bounce things off of, Billy and Josh. You know, sometimes it's just me talking to myself in the mirror.
Avalon wins the race. They win their own race, home cooking, right? Mm-hmm. And then Seattle comes in second, and Wildwood Crest in third. Now, the Atlantic City Classic was last night. It was like the AFC NFC.
That's right.
And of course, we'll all come down to next week as the big 3 start. John McShane was on assignment for us, and he had an opportunity to speak with the doubles crew that won. And these guys are no strangers to winning races. Let's listen to John McShane's interview with Mike McGrath and Sean Duffy.
I'm at the finish of the doubles row, 1 mile doubles row, and I'm here with 2 very, very familiar faces.
Sean Duffy and Mike McGrath.
Bill, these guys, as they get older, they get better and better. They were in a dead heat with Brigantine. Margate was right on their heels, but they were able to...
we squeaked one out at the end there. We just kept it straight. Just try to keep rowing as much as possible towards the end there. Stay on that way.
Yeah, those guys are really fast, man. I'm grateful to still be doing this at 40 and being able to compete, you know. So they're going to be tough to beat all year. This is a little bit more of our water tonight. So, yeah, I'm glad to see the speed up. Atlantic City guys are fast. Margate guys are right there with us the whole way in. So
it's shaping up to be one of those years where seems to be the same crews sort of intermingle, switch places here and there, but you're all pointing towards a couple weeks with the Margates and the Jerseys coming up. No one yet has seen anybody from down south, so that's coming up next week at the Dutch Hoffman, so we'll see what happens there. All right, guys, thanks very much for your time.
Appreciate it.
Good luck next week. Reporting for ESPN 97.3, this is John McShane.
So you heard Klecko and Bakey said it's a passing in the shorts. Then you hear Duffy saying, I'm 40 years old and I'm still rowing.
Yeah.
It's going to be very exciting, Jack.
Well, I'll tell you, in rowing and in some of these sports, it's not a power row. A lot of people think it's this sheer strength.
Just hulking the boat.
But it isn't. There's so much tactic that when you're out on the open water, anybody that's ever piloted a boat before, navigated, the wind blows you in one direction, the tide and current takes you another direction. There's a lot to it, and it's tough for somebody young to do that.
All right, now, one last interview with John McShane. I believe it was Pasternak from Ocean City and the Ocean City Surf Dash team. So
and Pasternak is a seasoned vet.
I was going to say, if the paddleboard gets in, he would dominate, I think.
He certainly would.
He would. All right, let's play that one.
They were the doubles crews for the Ocean City Surf Boat Rescue. And guys, I want you to go through your steps. It looked like you got off to a little bit of a rough start, but you were definitely in contention on the way in.
We going out, we got hit by a little wave, and that's going to happen in ocean racing. So it kind of threw us off our rhythm a little bit. But once we got past the breakers, we really did settle in nicely. Thatcher set a great rhythm with his course, and not course, but great rhythm with the strokes, and we were able to catch some boats going out, and then we got to the bag.
Yeah, tell me about your bag pickup.
Yeah, Pasternak put us right on the flag, put us on the side of the boat, so I didn't even have to leave the seat to grab the clip. Unclipped it, and we turned that flag together, which was a little extra momentum on the way in. He didn't have to turn that solo, and then missed a couple runners on the way in, but still picked away at him, and then was lucky enough to throw the bag out the boat into a wave. So just chased that down, picked it up, and
that was a very fortuitous throw.
Yes.
You guys picked up some places there. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it very much.
Enjoy.
Okay, Bill, that's words from the Ocean City crew. They look pretty good together once they got their rhythm going. For 97.3 ESPN, this is John McShane.
All right, so Ocean City wins.
Ocean City won.
Ocean City, Longport second.
Yep.
And then AC third in their own class.
And all the competitors, because some people may not know. Brigantine, Atlantic City competed.
Seville boys, they rode well.
Absolutely. Doubles. Then you had Ventnor, Margate, Longport, Ocean City. So it's about half of the people that are going to be in the big races starting Friday night.
Right. We're going to be there broadcasting live from the beach in Wildwood for the Dutch Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races, 6 to 8 tomorrow, Friday night. You don't want to miss it.